It is 3 p.m. You're bored. The clock counts down the minutes before your lunch break ends or your shift begins. You look at the fridge. Empty. Cold leftovers. That bag of chips has been sitting there for a week, losing its crunch and its soul. Your brain whispers a familiar lie. Stress eating. But you ignore the whisper. Instead, you pick up your phone. You open the app. You order pizza. Large pepperoni. Extra cheese. It arrives 30 minutes later. The crust is soggy. The cheese is thin and rubbery. You eat one slice, feel a wave of instant regret, and toss the box away. This didn't happen because of hunger. It happened because of boredom and convenience. But here's the twist. You felt good for a moment, then terrible. You celebrated the win of the purchase, only to realize later that the pizza wasn't even what you wanted. It was just what you thought you needed to relieve the boredom. This is the modern economy of snacking. We are programmed to order when we aren't busy, and those orders usually fail to satisfy us. Welcome to the ordering illusion. You might assume that only poor people order food they don't like, or that only lazy people order pizza for dinner. Actually, billionaires do it too. A billionaire doesn't care if the food is good or bad. Their butler does. So why do we all order food we don't want? There is a psychological concept called dissonant comfort. We order things that make us uncomfortable to eat because the act of finishing them validates our maturity. Consider the standard office lunch. You are stressed. You walk past the Starbucks counter. It is crowded. The barista is visibly annoyed. You decide to hit the drive-thru instead. It takes 15 minutes. The employee is rude. You get home and the coffee is cold. Why did you stay in that line? Because bad service is a nominal frame that feels good to validate our stress. When we are stressed, the friction of the experience, the long lines, the angry employees, acts as an externalizer of our internal pressure. It wasn't me who was bad, it was their service. I didn't have a choice but to wait. Similarly, we order food that is gross or inedible, spicy takeout that hurts, weird fusion foods that don't make sense. This induces discomfort. When we finish eating something that hurts our mouths slightly, the relief afterward feels massive. We say, "That was gross, but I ate it through." We prove to ourselves that we are not lazy and that we can handle the discomfort of taste. This is the red light phenomenon. When a traffic light turns red, driving feels bad. When food is bad, eating feels bad. But because there is no pressure to cook, both scenarios feel the same. They are an escape from routine. During the pandemic, food delivery didn't just change, it exploded. We stopped cooking and started ordering. This isn't laziness. This is a survival mechanism known as the paradox of scarcity. When we had nothing to do for months, boredom created an impulse to consume everything. We ordered every single thing on the menu, even if it was just junk food. We didn't have time to starve ourselves into moderation. We simply exhausted our options. This creates a feedback loop. Stress leads to ordering everything visible to pass the time. That leads to regret because you ate 3 slices of pizza for dinner. Then comes the analysis. Why did I buy this huge box? And finally, the guilt. You feel lazy, so you order again to avoid the kitchen. The pandemic taught us that ordering is a coping mechanism for boredom. When our lives stopped moving, our bellies kept moving to keep the anxiety at bay. In 2023 alone, food delivery sales grew by 15% compared to pre-pandemic levels. We have essentially turned dining out into a gambling habit. You might think rich people order healthy food or gourmet meals because they have time. They don't. A billionaire doesn't care if the food is good or bad. Their butler does. This creates a psychological mask, the service shield. When you order takeout, you are effectively saying to yourself, "I am not capable of cooking. I am too busy being me to manage the logistics of heat and ingredients. Let someone else be the servant while I just enjoy the result." The cycle is automated. First, the unconsciousness. You don't think about ordering. Your phone app suggests it. Second, the automation. Your brain delegates decision-making to an algorithm. Third, the suspension of reality. You stop existing for 20 minutes while the food arrives. When we are stressed, we want speed. When we are bored, we want passivity. Food ordering is the middle ground where neither has to exist. It requires no effort, satisfies the sensory need for taste, and solves the existential problem of what to do with your free time. If you want to stop ordering food you don't like, apply the same psychology we used in the money illusion. Ask yourself 3 questions before clicking order. First, is this a hunger signal or boredom? If it's boredom, ask, do I actually want to spend 20 minutes cooking, or is 5 minutes of waiting acceptable? Second, is the price real or nominal? Does paying $20 for food feel like $20 in real value, or does it just look like a square on a receipt? Usually the relief of eating beats the cost of ordering every time. Third, am I eating this to validate my stress? If the food is bad, did you eat it because you wanted nutrition, or because you needed the act of finishing something that was hard? The next time you see someone order a hot dog for dinner in the drive-thru, don't judge them. They might be stressed, they might be bored, they might be wealthy, or they might simply be human, trying to navigate a complex world with the simplest tool available, convenience. We order not just to eat, but to stop eating for a moment. And that is why the drive-thru exists, to offer us a tiny rectangular space where we can pretend we are in control of our own time, even if it's just for 10 minutes. I am Think Glent. Keep thinking.